Really the first step for towns to engage in when thinking about forest integrity is getting a sense of where are their largest forest blocks and where are their connections between those forest blocks. Online mapping tools like BioFinder or the Natural Resource Atlas are really excellent ways for towns to figure out that pattern of forest integrity.
Most of the resources that you need to do this from a background resources perspective already exist. And the help that you can get from Jens and his colleagues is really quite beneficial as well, and that really makes the process a whole lot easier.
The regional planning commissions can do two things. One, they can help synthesize that information, distill down the main points that your town needs to care about, and they can put it in context for where your town fits with other towns, right? What are other towns trying in terms of zoning to address forest fragmentation and conversion? What are other towns doing in terms of thinking about connectivity blocks?
We've created a website that actually tracks parcelization or subdivision in Vermont, and you can look at trends both at your community level, regionally. You can look at it across the state and use that kind of information then to inform your planning.
You know, you have Jens at the state level, a whole variety of people who will come and talk to you about what this stuff means and why you should do it.
So the Forest Ecosystem Monitoring Cooperative created forest conversion risk maps to help regional planning commissions, towns understand where on the landscape they might see forest conversion in the future.
Any of our citizens can access this information and use it and be a part of the planning process. They also allow for communication between townspeople because you can create a map of the forest blocks in your town and email it to other members of the Planning Commission or the Conservation Commission.
We used our resources from Agency Natural Resources in a tool called BioFinder. Maps with multiple layers that you can look at things like wetlands and different kinds of habitat, vegetation.
Forests don't abide by arbitrary lines. They function across those boundaries, across those scales, and while they all matter, we really need to be making sure that we can work at multiple scales and consider the resolution of our work.
Maybe the best thing, at least for me, that we got from the BioFinder website was seeing how Richmond and its pieces add up with our neighboring towns to make some really fantastic places. We know now that we are part of a corridor that wildlife can use to get from the southern greens north to the northern greens. Any one place can be fabulous for wildlife, but to really be rich and to stay that way for generations means we need to be working together.
On the mapping side, it was super helpful that the Regional Planning Commission was involved. So in Chittenden County, the Regional Planning Commission provides mapping and GIS expertise for all of the communities. Their work was essentially free in the sense that they did that work as a function of the dues that we pay as a member municipality. So the project didn't have to bear that cost.
We're seeing shifts in land use and development in a way that we haven't in the past, and so because of that we need to plan ahead and use these tools to ensure that as that development happens, we don't lose those ecological features that are so important on this landscape.